Oh my gosh, here we are. We've been sitting here for 12 minutes on a live. This is Fran Ferlazzo with Frantastic Featured Business. With Clinton is my guest speaker today. And we just realized after we wrapped up that I forgot to hit the go live button. So here we are again, take two.
No,
So, Clinton, thank you so much for being here today. I'm so glad you're such a good sport and you're willing to hang out for a few minutes and do this again. So I'm sorry that our live is a little late. I forgot to click the go live button. So here we are today. I'm Fran Ferlazzo with Frantastic Facials with Fran Ferlazzo with Mary Kay. And my guest today is Clinton Owner. And Clinton is part of MassMutual. He recently joined their team, and I wanted to showcase him as one of my featured businesses this week. And so, Clinton, thank you so much for being here today.
I'm so grateful for you to have me here. I'm sorry that your audience missed a little bit of our first conversation. It was fun. So I look forward to continuing it with you now.
Yes, I'm sure we'll pick the same kind of things out of this as well. So one of the things I just wanted to touch on, MassMutual is life insurance. And one of the things that I had mentioned before was that I actually have a policy with MassMutual, and I got it because the previous insurance that I had was really expensive, and didn't have enough insurance. So the people at MassMutual actually took a look at my policy, and I'm not a small girl, and that's a problem with most insurance companies. And they were actually able to insure me, even though I'm a little bit overweight. And I got a better policy. I got more money for the same price. So I love that the people at MassMutual were able to find insurance for me specifically. So I really, really appreciate that. And I think that's really great that you're working with them, Clinton.
I'm so happy to hear that. We really take a lot of pride in tailoring and customizing our services to people. And it really kind of warms my heart to hear that we're being effective in meeting people's needs.
That is excellent. So tell us a little bit about why you got involved with MassMutual and specifically in life insurance.
So I've always been passionate about serving families. I was an educator here in Tucson for about 10 years. So I've developed a lot of real appreciation for serving families, kids, parents, siblings, and whatnot over the course of many, many years. And I just grown passionate about that and also explaining kind of challenging things. I was a chemistry teacher, and one of the most challenging things, the most daunting thing can be people's personal finances. And oftentimes people think that their personal finance is all about saving as much money as they possibly can, and they tend to overlook the importance of something like a life insurance in terms of forming a really pivotal position in your overall financial plan. So I'm happy to kind of be able to provide that service because it is so meaningful for people's larger holistic financial picture.
That is awesome. And so tell me a little bit about who your perfect person would be for me to refer to you if I was like looking for that perfect client for you.
Well, this is the year of the stork. So there are a lot of people who are having children right now. So really growing families are really the clients that are the people that I'm most interested and most passionate to serve right now. One of the secrets that I just let you know behind the scenes here is that my wife and I are actually expecting our first child at the end of this year.
Yay, I'm so excited for you guys. So excited.
We'll be naming him Joey. And so we're excited about naming him after my brother and his father-in-law. Or his grandfather, my father-in-law.
That is so cool.
Yeah, and so I've become passionate more recently about the serving families. So that is really the people here. So if you know anybody who's had a child in the last 6 months to a year, a couple of years, those people who are really thinking about how can I take care of my children? How can I ensure that their interests are protected? Those people are really in need of life insurance, I think, to best protect their kids. And so that's a client base that I'm really interested in connecting with. So if you know anybody with a kid in the last couple of years, I would love to meet with them and talk about their financial future.
Awesome. That is so great. I think it's really important that parents especially know that life insurance can be so reasonably priced for their children because the price that I'm paying for life insurance right now is just getting exponentially more expensive the older I get. And so getting it at a younger age is probably one of the best things that parents can do for their children. I know that you had talked about that part of the reason you got involved in life insurance was because your mom got you a life insurance policy when you were a child. And so I think that it's really kind of cool that you connect that and that you're passionate about working with families.
Yeah, I mean, in fact, we are thinking about, we kind of present it in that way. If you think about buying a policy for your children, as they grow up, they have that policy locked in. That price is locked in for decades and decades to come. So they'll never end up paying more. And by the time they reach 20, 25, they'll have a significant amount of money there that they can do all sorts of things with. They can borrow against it. They can use it as a down payment on a house or a car. They can use it to be a source of revenue for them when they retire. It can be incredibly powerful. So it's a really unique gift opportunity for kids. In particular, like if you're having like a wedding gift, if your child is just gotten married, it would be an amazing thing to kind of reveal to them the life insurance policy and the depth and the substantial, the accrual of cash that's in that policy. It can be so useful and liberating for kids.
That is so cool. That is so cool. My daughter just got married, and of course, we didn't think about, let's get her a life insurance policy. She'll just figure it out when she's an adult. And so I like that we're really starting to focus on that now, as opposed to what we did 30, 40 years ago. So life insurance has changed considerably in my lifetime. So I think that's really kind of cool. That would be an awesome wedding gift. Wish I would have thought of that.
Yeah, no, it's just a different way of looking at it.
Right? Absolutely. So I'm just going to put out here a couple of ways that you can contact Clinton. I know his website is under construction right now, but it will be up hopefully here pretty soon. So you can check him out at owner-to-ownerfinancial.com. You can also follow him on Facebook, on his Facebook business page, Owner to Owner Financial Services. Just put that in the search bar and it'll come right up. And you can reach him directly if you'd like to call or send him a text to 520-245-9607. And then also by email at cowner@financialguide.com. So those are just a few ways that you can reach out to Clinton if you have any questions after watching this wonderful video. And so Clinton, I've got a couple other quick questions to wrap up. So who is a perfect referral source for you? Who would give you the most benefit of being in contact with?
So let me put out two people. A real estate agent would be an incredible connection for me because real estate agents are so frequently working with families that are thinking about their future, planning ahead for the next 10, 15, 20 years. And so they also tend to be very connected to families, growing families. And so real estate agents are an incredible partner for me. Also, there are businesses now, especially within the era of the coronavirus. A lot of businesses are looking at providing life insurance policies for their employees as a way to kind of protect their family members. In particular, I'm working with some schools who are considering getting life insurance policies for their teachers because inviting teachers back into a classroom can be so scary for the family members thereof. So real estate agents are great, and then anybody with a business that might be looking at providing life insurance for their employees.
Right. Well, and here, me as a business owner, part of the reason why I was looking to get more insurance, I got an additional policy just to cover my business.
Yes.
So that when I die, I've got a lot of Mary Kay behind me. You see, I've got inventory, and my husband's like, "What do I do with that when you're gone?" And I'm like, "Give it away." And he's like, "Really?" And I'm like, "Really?" Because the life insurance policy will cover the cost of what's behind me. And he's like, "Oh, okay, great." So now it's one less thing for him to worry about with dissolving my business. So he doesn't have to worry about that. And I think it's great for a business owner to have life insurance for their business because if anything happens to them, that business stops working, especially if they're a sole proprietor. And
Yeah.
so I think it's just really important for business owners to even consider. So
Yeah,
thank you for that.
Yeah, we have key employee policies for people who are really, really important in your business. And it's also, I think, valuable to think about disability income, because honestly, everybody's most valuable asset is their ability to provide an income. So making sure that you're protecting that asset is something that I can help you do too. So
Excellent. And then one other quick question that I had for you is, what areas do you do business in? Is it just Tucson, or can you do outside the Tucson area?
largely, I work within the state of Arizona, but originally I'm from the East Coast. So I have some friends and family in the Northern Virginia, Washington, D.C., Maryland area too that I do business with too. So, and MassMutual, of course, we are based in Massachusetts. So we work all over the country. My mom bought a policy for me in Washington State. So we're a large Fortune 100 company. We can operate all over the country, and I'm happy to have clients all over the country, especially with Zoom. It's so easy to schedule meetings, and which really makes it the most important thing is that you're working with somebody that you like and that you trust, because everything else, all the communication stuff is pretty easy these days, to be honest.
Right. I know it's like so different, this virtual environment that we're working in now. I know that I'm sure with you as well, you were doing a lot of face-to-face appointments with people. And so now we're having to do this virtually. And it really is changing the landscape of how we do business. And I love that we're able to come together even virtually, because we're on opposite sides of Tucson. So I think it's great that we can come together this way, and I can showcase your business as well. So thank you so much for your time today. I really, really appreciate it. So again, if you know anyone that has a family that's maybe starting a family, or maybe has 2 or 3 children, and they haven't thought about protecting their children's future. It's not just about their life right now, but it's their future. This could even help pay for college, people. Talk to Clinton. Just get some information. Go through the information and see if it's a right fit for you and your family. And so thank you so much again, Clinton, for being here today. Next week on Frantastic's Featured Business, my guest speaker will be Rose Snyder with Rose Snyder Consulting. So stay tuned, and hopefully we'll be on time at 1:30 next week. Thanks. Take care. Thanks again, Clinton. Bye-bye.
Thank you.